Yeah, I'm back. Still rising up out the ashes. It is January 20th, 2025, Monday night. You know, first of all, it's very cold. But this is my first time getting out the house today and going for a walk to the store is real refreshing to me and for me. You know, one thing that I tired of is getting bullying is probably at an all-time high. You know, I think it's been like that for, I don't know, but I'm realizing that whenever someone wants to go back and forth with you, with your point of view or your opinion on the internet, and people start coming from everywhere trying to, you know, clown you or say something rude or disrespectful or thinking you're a joke or saying some things that they wouldn't say in my face, you know, I realize that I have to step back and understand that I gotta make a decision. Do I continue to stay on that platform? If I do continue to stay on the platform, do I, or page, you know, do I just watch and not participate and not give my point of view on a particular topic? Do I go, fine, I got time today, I go back and forth with you? You know, these are some of the things that's going through my head, 'cause that's what I was just dealing with a couple hours ago. And, you know, it seems like whenever you have a different opinion of the masses or a point of view of the masses, people want to just come attack you. Like, you know, why attack me because of my opinion and my point of view? You know, maybe it's my fault, because they say never discuss politics or anything pertaining to that. It's almost like a rule. I mean, I heard it before when I was young, but I never thought it would be really an important factor to take heed to, because we're in the land of the free and the home of the brave. First Amendment speech, freedom of speech. You see? So, you know, one thing I do or don't do, I make sure to not judge anyone by their point of view. I do my best not to do that. And I do my best to not just keep going back and forth. But someone asked me a couple questions and I gave my answers quick, fast, in a hurry. Then it's like a bunch of piranhas. Like somebody else want to come on and say something and back them up and go against me. And somebody else. And then somebody else. And I'm just like, I didn't mean for it to get to this point, you know, but it's almost like a catch-22, because I'm trying to respond to each question, you know. And then it gets to a point where after like the third or fourth person, they want to get childish, disrespectful, try to insult me. And I'm just like, whoa, whoa. How did it come to this? It's like when they don't agree with you and you don't back down off of my opinion or my point of view, then it gets distasteful. Everyone else, like usually, like I said, and it was some women, a couple of them, and then the dude came in. The women were respectful. We was respectful to each other. They said their point of view. Happened to be like 3 of them. I said my point of view, and the first one had like 4 or 5 different questions. I answered them, and I continue to answer them respectfully. The other one came. I said the same thing. I don't get into the details of what it was. It's just, that's not really important. That's not the point of it, to get in detail with it in this particular video. But it's just like, it gets to a point where, okay, it becomes back and forthy. Like, dude, it's crazy. I had time. That's why I don't participate with that internet stuff like that to begin with, because it just gets time consuming. I don't want to get no headache. I don't want to be taken out of character. I don't want to say something that I really don't mean. I'm only saying it to go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? To keep up. So, sometimes, more likely, I kind of go out gracefully. You know what I'm saying? And on a, where it's like, it's not disrespectful or assaulting. You tell them to have a good one, have a nice day. They still want, they say, hey, I respect where you coming from, woo, woo, woo. And they still want to come with something slick to say, or something, just childish and immature, and I was just like, it's like, man. So I'm glad that I was able to get out of that one, say what I had to say without just getting nasty with it and carry on. But even that, just a little bit from the wrong person that just got time and want to be ignorant and childish and feeding into that, it's not really good for my spirit. It's not really good for my soul. I realize I just got to be better with making sure I don't get caught up into that, So, but either way, cyberbullying, I don't know how that could be stopped. I mean, you could do the block and the restriction or what have you, whatever it is, But online, it's just outside in the real life, just like online. I guess it's best to just pick and choose the battles wisely, and just move on. That's what it is. But like I said, it wasn't meant to be a battle, or a debate. But cyberbullying had to stop. There may be more to cyberbullying, people stalking my page from fake pages and, stuff like that. I guess you could call that cyberbullying, but I really don't consider that cyberbullying. It's more like cyber stalking, maybe. So, I don't know. I wonder if it's ever going to be a topic, a discussion, if it's going to be a law or anything. It's not like I'm requesting one or anything, but I'm just curious. I wonder if this is something that just really goes on like that, because, like I said, I don't participate with the back and forth thing on the internet like that, like, I look at it as a forum to see a topic and give my point of view or say what I got to say about it and leave it at that. Not go back and forth, not to be disrespectful, not to be ignorant, like, I feel like that's just childish. All right, so that's what I got to do for myself to figure how the best way to go about it. I think I know. I mentioned it in several different ways on here already, so That's what self-love's all about. That's what self-respect's all about. Reflection. And, doing that inner work of seeing like, hey, I don't like that. Recognizing it, hey, I don't like that. Oh, I think that's cool. Whatever it is, how can I adjust? How can I make it better? How can I stir away from it? Whatever it is, that's self-care. That's self-love. That's self-respect. And that's how you can start growth. It's like weeding your garden, You gotta get the insects out. You gotta find ways to get the insects out. You gotta find ways, and you gotta weed, you gotta weed it out. Get the weeds and stuff out that's not good for your plants or your harvest or what have you. So, that's what it's about. But this is just another example of self-love. Don't forget to love yourself first. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I gotta always remind myself that, because I'm just like, okay, remind yourself that, because if you don't, who will? People will draw you into something, and you're just like, whoa, how'd I get into this? I wasn't trying to get into that like that, So recognizing people's intentions, usually too, they'll come off like, hey, if you don't mind, that type of attitude. Why would you say that, or why you think that? Just like as if, they're like innocently coming off asking you, and then when you don't back down and you say, you kind of say what you just said in a different way, after 2 or 3 back and forth, after 2 or 3, then they want to come disrespectful, like reel you in. Like, I said what I said. You could just look back. You jumped on all these comments. You seen we're going back and forth. I said what I said a couple of different, like 1 or 2 different times in a different way to each one. And so it has to be studied. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to study it, because I want to make sure I don't participate in that type of stuff like that, because it's just bad energy, And at the end of the day, what do we get out of that, So, one love, peace.